I'd say for sure that, you know, without the support of my family, I never would have been able to make it this far in my career. And I mean, I tell you what, my dad and I have freaking butted heads like you wouldn't even imagine. You know, I guess it made me headstrong. And, you know, my dad just, he did it because he wanted the best for me. And, you know, there's tough times, a lot of yelling and not talking for a day or two. And all in all, like, you know, he just did it because he wanted the best for me. And, you know, I appreciate everything that he's done and the rest of my family's done. And, you know, I think I've just, you know, stayed up here in this area because it just helps me stay grounded. And, you know, with them helping me get through school, I never would have been able to get to where I'm at right now in my career. And to say I have a degree on top of that, it just puts the icing on the cake that much more. You know, growing up, I always just kind of assumed riding was just fun and I never was going to make anything out of it. You know, I wanted to be pro and do that, but, you know, my dad was a professional trials rider and worked full time. He would just take time off to go practice on his lunch break and then go to the events here and there. So, you know, I thought that was what my life was going to be like. And my dad he was a heavy duty diesel mechanic, so he was like, make sure you go to school so you don't end up like I did. So I always kind of, you know, messed with my dad on his cars as a young kid and in the garage working on motorcycles. So I just was like set in stone. I was gonna be a mechanical engineer. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. So right out of high school, I went to junior college. You know, I wanted to be at home so I can still ride. And, you know, it would have been really tough to go to a 4-year right off the bat and probably would have got sucked into partying. And like a bunch of other friends, you know, they kind of just quit riding when they went to school. So, you know, I was still focused on that, and I think that's really what helped me make it was, you know, I still have my family to help kind of, you know, they were driving to races and I'd fly in because I was at school. So that was really, really awesome. I never would have been able to do it for sure. You know, racing, I was kind of making money here and there the whole time, and then it was almost kind of, when I started going to the state schools, when things started getting better for me, just because I was getting better deals, better rides, my results were getting better. And, you know, I think going to school was tough, and a lot of late nights and lab reports and group projects, but, you know, it helped me really kind of crack down and put the focus forward when I needed to. And, you know, my schedule was completely wacky, but whenever I had that time to ride or train, I was freaking putting in the work for sure and not slacking off. You know, it was only a couple years of my life, and, you know, now I get to enjoy it. So, you know, a couple years ago when I first got my degree, we brought it up a lot. It was talked about like at Red Bull during the live feed for Erzberg. They actually did like a whole piece about about me leading up to it, and it just made it so much better that I got on the podium right after that. But, you know, people are so surprised to hear that I have a degree and on top of that a mechanical engineering degree. Like that, they don't really give those away. They're a pain in the ass to get. I think it's really neat when, you know, I'll go to an event, you know, where it's a race or a sponsor thing, and, you know, people come up to me and they don't congratulate me on my race winnings. They go, "That's so awesome, you got your degree while riding." Like, so I think that kind of means a lot to me when people say something like that, and, you know, it makes me feel like all the work was worth it.